Gunned down in a daylight execution, tonight fate has finally caught up with the underworld's most hunted man.
Known simply as the Punisher.
We're still piecing it all together. It appears at this stage that the male was walking towards his car.
Sam Abdulrahim, a former bikie and professional boxer.
That is 2 knockdowns in the first round in the first 30 seconds.
But at 10 a.m. today in a Melbourne suburban car park, Abdulrahim was fatally shot in the head.
The offender has approached and a number of shots were fired.
It's only a matter of time when a member of the public will be shot dead as a result of this.
Abdulrahim had been in hiding since May last year after narrowly surviving 2 assassination attempts. The first in 2022 when gunmen shot him 8 times, leaving his cousin's funeral.
I remember just taking off and driving and thinking, the first one hit my eye over here, like slid past my eye. And then all I remember is just, it felt like just punches, copping punches to the ribs.
The second, last year, when the 32-year-old was lured from his home by a hit team in the dead of night. 17 shots were fired. Among Abdulrahim's enemies, his former bikie club, the Mongols, high-ranking members of the Comancheros, and a host of organised crime figures. A prime suspect, overseas crime boss Kazem Hamad, who allegedly put a $1 million bounty on Abdulrahim's head.
We are aware that there has been a number of incidents in the past where threats have been made.
It's tit for tat with these particular crime groups. It's a status thing, it's a respect thing. They're going to be payback.
In 2022, Abdulrahim was asked whether he lived in fear.
Walking around worried? Nah, not really. You know, when my time's up, I guess.
Time's up. Crime reporter Mark Morri has been following the developments. Mark, why was the underworld so eager to have the Punisher killed?
Well, it sounds like he upset a lot of people. He was involved in setting up a guy in 2016 called KD, or Kazim Oz, and he was very, very closely aligned to one of the major tobacco importers who's now over in Iraq. And apparently, even from then, that's nearly 10 years ago. So sometimes vengeance takes a long time. We know there's been about 2 or 3 hits. He also had upset guys in other clubs. He'd left the Mongol bikie crew. So, I mean, there could be a lot of people wanted this guy hurt and, tried a few times and eventually they got him.
And this was brazen, right? I mean, he was walking with his girlfriend to his car when he was gunned down. They've been after him for years. How did they track him down this time? Like, how much planning would have gone into this hit?
It's no different to what goes on in any of the underworld now. They've got pretty savvy. They use trackers. They put trackers on cars. They even use drones. These guys they're professionals, They're been known to use drones if they can't get near the car to put trackers. They also have spotters everywhere if they know where a guy happens to hang out. They'll be paying people if they see them, and they're very quick to be able to mobilise a team. So whether they knew he was going to be in this spot, or whether somebody had seen him, or he was set up by somebody saying, we know he's going to be there. These guys have got so much money, and when they're after someone, the talk is $1 million. There was a guy here they were going to hit outside a police station on Christmas Day, as he reported here, a Comanchero. That was going to be more than $1 million, but that's how brazen. They were going to kill him as he went to report to the New South Wales police in the middle of the city.
Jeez.
So, he knew he was a marked man and he fled overseas, but then why was he so active on social media?
Yeah. Well, sometimes trying to throw off people, saying where he is. Or these guys, sometimes they're fatalistic or think they're immortal. I mean, they're almost goading people, saying, I'm in Lebanon when he was really here. It would have been a good idea to stay in Lebanon, There's a couple of guys in Sydney last year. One guy they tried to get about 3 times. One thing, he was shot in the head, the chest. He hasn't left Sydney. Another guy, they had the 3rd attempt. He's now, taken the hint. He's no longer in Sydney. He's gone overseas. I think it may be the Punisher should have decided that, too serious goes at him. I mean, look at those bullets in that. At first, as a copper said to me, he said, good grouping. I don't know how he survived.
Unbelievable. His luck ran out. Moz, thanks for your time.
Not a problem.